Hey everybody, this is Leo Ramos, again bringing you a quick tutorial on how to do some long tail keyword research using free tools. Okay, this is not the ideal method because when you have paid tools, the process goes a lot faster, it's a lot more powerful, a lot more precise. When you're doing free, then you're paying with time, so you have to spend more time doing it, you have to be more creative, you have to do a little more research, and you got to remember your competition is probably going to be bigger because there's a bigger pool of people who are trying to use the free tools. Okay? That being said, I'm going to share with you a few things that I think might be useful to you, and I'm going to do it real time. So I haven't picked a topic, and I think I'm going to go with something in the paleo industry. Paleo diet, healthy eating type of stuff, usually a very competitive niche. So how would I start with something like that? Okay, so I would go to Google and I'd start typing in paleo diet. Now, if you notice, even as I start typing in, Google gives me some listings up here. Okay, those listings, what they're doing is they're basically compiling all their data and saying, this is what we think you're searching for. And most of the time, they're pretty right on. So as you start typing things in, you start finding out that there's more keywords. So recipes, okay. If I start typing the letter A, look what happens. It gives me something with A. B gives me something. C, D, E, etc., etc., etc. I can do this all day long. So what I'd like to try to do is pick a keyword that would be not as long. I mean, sorry, that would be pretty long, a longer keyword. Because the longer keywords are just by their nature going to be more effective at being able to get ranked. If you're trying to do a video, if you're trying to do on-site optimization, the more unique your keyword, the longer the tail keyword, longer the long tail keyword is, the easier it will be to rank. Now, on the flip side, it's going to be less traffic. But if that traffic is more targeted, that's more beneficial. And again, this is part of what we've known from other people that we've probably gained information from. So that being said, I'm going to stick to longer keywords. But before I do, let me show you why I mean that. There is a free tool out there that's called MAAS. Okay, it's a MAAS bar. So if you want to, let me put it on a separate, you're probably going to want this MAAS bar for, depending where you're going to go, for Firefox or for Chrome. You just go ahead and click on there, you'll add it, and then you'll be able to have some of the information I'm about to talk about. Okay, here's what I'm going to talk about. If I was to research paleo diet, I see these little things right here on the bottom. Okay, what that's given me is giving me a little bit of a gauge. How difficult is this keyword to rank for? Okay, it's telling me who's my competition. And it's useful to know two bits of data. One, DA means domain authority. So the paleodiet.com, how strong is that domain authority? PA means page authority. How strong is that page, that specific page? As you see, this one has a domain authority of 68, which it goes to 100. So anything, if you're trying to get an idea, anything over 50 is pretty strong. Below 50, now obviously the lower, the less strong that domain is. The page authority is talking about that specific page. So this is probably not a good example, the first one. The second one's probably a better one. Wikipedia.org has a domain authority of 100. That's really good. Okay. The whole URL has a page authority of 87, which is still really good. That being said, part of that strength comes from so many links, and everybody knows Wikipedia, and it's already a very high authority. Now, I'm not going to get any more complicated than that. You basically want to have keywords where the competition is lower. So the page authority and domain authority, the lower it is, the better you're going to be, the better chances that you're going to be able to have some visibility online. Okay? It's not a perfect science, but it definitely has. If you take that into account, it'll help. So watch how that page authority and domain authority sort of drop as we get further into the keyword. Paleo diet, recipes. Okay, so recipes, and let's put A, and meal plan. Oh, let's go in shopping list, and let's see what happens. Now look at the domain authorities here and page authorities. They're a lot lower, huh? So we already know that our competition is going to be lower. Now I'm giving you rough estimates, okay? Don't get all, if this is the end all be all, and this is the only guideline that you go by. Just certain components that you start taking into account, it gets you in a better position. So I'm already in a pretty decent keyword. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in that keyword. So it's already can be considered a long tail keyword. Now from here, I can play around with, how can I vary this? Now I got to use my head. Okay, uh, maybe for, there you go, I started doing for beginners, okay, for athletes. Okay, now some of these you may find that other people are searching and that the authority again starts getting kind of high, and you play around with it and try to find a nice little spot where you think you might be able to rank. Now that's a nice long keyword. That's one place that you can start. The second place that you can start, if you don't know how to handle this, there's a keyword. It's a keyword tool. It's free. It's called Keyword Shitter. That's just the way it's called. And all you do is put in something like this, paleo diet. And I'm going to click the shit keywords. That's what it says. I'm not trying to be mean or disrespectful, so I hope I don't offend you. But let's let it work for a little bit. Okay. While that's working, what it's doing is going out to the internet and doing that manual process that I was sharing with you. Paleo diet A, paleo diet B, paleo diet C. And now, if you guys are like me, you find out that this keyword tool was free and you ended up paying for another one, which I had before. You're probably kind of like, oh man, why did I pay for that? Anyway, that's the case and that just happens. So that's a free tool you can use. And you can combine that with something else that's very useful. It's called the AdWords Keyword Planner or the Google Keyword Planner. If you're not sure how to get there, I'm going to go there from the beginning. So you need to have an account with Google in order to be able to use it. So I'll leave that up to you. But you can type in Google Keyword Planner. There you go. And you'll see that's the very top. When you click on it, I'm already logged in, so that won't be a problem. I can go ahead and use it. Okay? There's two ways that you can use this tool to help you. Okay? One, if you're looking for ideas, you can click on the first one and just type in paleo diet. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I want the United States, all languages, Google. I'm not going to mess with too many filters. I want to keep this basic, so I'm just going to click go ahead and let's see what it comes back with. Okay, what it came back with how many keywords? About 60 ad groups. Let's see how many keywords. I go to keyword ideas and let's see what keywords they're giving me. Now paleo diet has 550,000 searches a month. Take these numbers as approximates. Okay, now that's a very attractive keyword to go for, right? But it's a 2-word keyword. You're not the only one that's going to be competing for this, and we already saw that the competition on this is pretty stiff. So even though here it says low competition, don't get this mixed up. This competition is for people who are competing for the ads. Let me show you what I mean. See these ads on the right? Okay, that's what these people are competing for. So it's saying that, hey, your competition, if you want to create an ad, is not as high. Okay, that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the traffic that you're getting and the length of the keywords. Okay, now off of here you can sort them by whatever you want. You can sort it by monthly searches if you click here. You can sort it by keyword relevance. And from here, you can start getting some ideas. Okay, what is the paleo diet? That might be a pretty decent one. Okay, it's already starting to be a longer tail keyword, but you're now you can go take that and put it up on Google and find out how is the competition for that keyword. Is it pretty high? Is it pretty low? All that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what that gives us. Just gonna go ahead and turn around and do it. Okay, what is the paleo diet? Let's see who I'm competing against. Domain authority 60, 69, 63. Yeah, you're competing against some decent. So you probably want to start getting a little more creative. So you can start putting in your own. Maybe this one. What is the paleo diet? That are still pretty high. But wait a minute, look at this. There's an opening right here. See that right there? You got a page authority of 1, domain authority of 1, and not a whole lot of links. You might be able to, if you organize your content in a way that it's optimized for that keyword, then you may be able to outrank them. Okay? So it could be as simple as that. Now let's go back to the keyword shitter and see how we might be able to use that. Okay, I'm going to stop the job. They can keep going on forever. And what I'm going to do is it has 1,700 keywords. Okay? So I'm going to see if I can put in a good chunk of these keywords. I'm going to copy them. And I'm going to combine it with the keyword planner. Okay, let's go back to where we were before. Okay, now I don't want necessarily any ideas for this one. What I want to know for this one is I'm going to use a separate function. I want to get the search volume of the list of keywords. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. And I think it only lets me put up to 2,000 or 1,000, so I don't remember that exactly right now. So we'll see what happens. It only lets me do 1,000. Okay? But it says that if I put it in a file, I can go up to 3,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this keyword there. I'm going to put it in a notepad. And I'm going to save this file. And put it on the desktop and call it paleo keywords. Or just paleo. Okay. So I close that. And I'm going to browse. If I'm going too fast for you, you can always review. You can always pause this and then go back to it. But I just want to make sure I get to it here. Let's see, paleo. There it is, right there. And I hit search bar. Let's see what happens. There's some errors. Okay, what are those errors? Some of them contain too many words. Okay, I want to ignore it and I still want to upload. I just want to see with what I have, what can I get. Okay, the reason I do this is because now I have very specific keywords to this, and it tells me out of those keywords which ones are the ones that are getting the most amount of volume. Paleo diet food list. It says 2,700. It says, we might take a look at that one. Paleo diet menu, and so forth. Paleo diet before and after. So you can start kind of looking. I would stick around to ones, if you're just starting, I would stick around to probably keywords that have an average volume of maybe under a 600, 500, somewhere in there. It may not have as much volume, but you may be able to rank a little bit easier. Maybe a paleo diet PDF, and now you can start combining it. Paleo diet benefits PDF, or paleo diet PDF explaining what the paleo diet is, or explaining how you can use paleo diet for weight loss. So you can take the keyword and then add to it at the end of it as well. Okay, so what I wanted you to be able to do is to be able to have some tools. I'm going to stop right here because it can get a lot more complicated than this, but I want to really keep this simple. What you're looking for is, what is a nice long tail keyword that I can possibly use to be able to try to rank? Whether it's a video or whether it's a website or something along those lines. Obviously, each one has their own strategy. Okay, so you still need to know how to use that keyword within your content to make sure that it's being used properly. Okay, but at least you've done some of the homework here, some of the research. If you take these steps, you're already doing more than probably over 90% of the people that are out there. And I'm not kidding, because a lot of people won't take the time to do this because they don't know how to. Okay, so I'm going to stop the training right here. If you are wanting, more robust tools or things of that sort, then you feel free to contact me. I'll be able to possibly guide you and be able to give you a little bit more tips in that. That would help you be able to get those tools. But for right now, I wanted to keep it basic, simple, and hopefully this was useful to you. All right. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click like, comment, and all that kind of good stuff so that I know that it's been helpful to you. All right. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.